investment in your safety system. When you think things are safe, when you convince yourself that your safety system is fine, we're robust, we know what we're doing, we're going to find these risks and manage them the way that we're supposed to, you get overconfident in that system and you forget that what you really have to do is check yourself to see if you've swayed your decisions or if there's something that you're not looking at. And I think that's what happened here. I think they became so strongly committed to the fact that we have safe aircraft that they weren't willing to take that step back and say, hold the bus. Let's just park these airplanes for 1 minute. Let's figure it out. Let's see what we have going on here and see if the fixes that we have in place, that we put in place after Lion Air, when those come out in April, will that fix the problem? It most likely will, but why take that risk?
Right. Now, I heard it suggested that, well, you know, this isn't new. The FAA always defers to Boeing. It defers to a lot of different makers. Is that true? Isn't that the opposite of the exigency of oversight?
Well, it kind of is, Chris, but back in 2009, this whole idea of oversight, at least in the aircraft manufacturing side, changed a great deal. The FAA kind of extracted itself as the safety process. They said, we're now going to be the safety overseers, as in, we're going to draft up the regulations, here's how they're supposed to be done, you go do those. But as part of that regulation, you have to have a continuous improvement program. You have to continually self-evaluate and show us that you have a system that fixes safety problems. So they did that, and they have this. It's called the Safety Management System. I worked on it with Dr. Arndt at the FAA early on. I was the National Business Process Development lead for the world when it comes to the FAA for almost 4 years. We worked on this. It came out great. It worked really well. I'm not sure we had the foresight to know what happens way down the road when the FAA starts getting less involved and starts not having the critical oversight at the level it needs to have.
Less involved, and plus a lot of human capital sharing, and there's a lot of contact between Boeing and the FAA and Boeing and Washington. Put up the graphic we have just about the connective tissue here, just in order to kind of deal with this idea of, was it just about data or was this about something else? It's the 10th largest lobbying player, all right? 2018 lobbying topped $15 million. They give to everybody. In fact, in this last election, they give a lot of money to Democrats and Republicans. So it's not just about one party. Trump oversaw the sale of these MAX planes in Vietnam. They gave him $1 million for the inauguration, all right? And now you got a former Boeing exec that now runs the Pentagon, one of the divisions inside there. So is this a little too close for comfort?
Oh, it gets even closer. You look at Dan Elwell. I mean, Dan Elwell worked for the Aerospace, or what is it, the Aviation Industrial Association, I think it is, and for 3 or 4 years, basically lobbying to DC about this, and now he's in charge of the FAA.